Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Adobe Live. My name is Terry White, and for those of you who are like, wait, it's not Friday. That's right. I am hosting Victoria today. We're going to be doing some Lightroom, or she's going to be doing some Lightroom and Photoshop. I'm just going to sit here and host. But anyway, welcome to Adobe Live. If this is your first time joining, thank you for joining us. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, both on YouTube and Behance, but mainly on YouTube. That's where we want people. We're starting to head people or point people in that direction. If you are watching this on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or however you may be watching it, that's cool. You can hang out there. But if you really want to participate in the main chat, head over to b.net/Adobe Live. That is the main chat that we're going to be paying attention to today. And like I said, in the future, that might be YouTube. Who knows? But anyway, just start subscribing to both channels. That way you'll never miss a thing. So without further ado, I don't want to take any more of Victoria's time because she's got a lot to show you, both in Lightroom Classic and Photoshop. I know this was billed as post-processing in Lightroom Classic, but she will definitely be showing some post-processing in Photoshop as well. A good chunk of her time, I think, is in Photoshop. But anyway, if you're a photographer, if you're a person that uses Lightroom and Photoshop, I think you're going to get something out of today. Victoria, introduce yourself. Tell us what you do. Tell us who you are. Tell us where they can find you. Tell us, I don't know what you're going to do today.
Hello, everyone. So good to be back. I missed you all. My name is Victoria Pavlov. I'm the Photoshop artist, and today I'm so happy to be here with Terry. What we will be talking about today. Today I will show you how to transform the basic photo. Example, you can do your basic portrait in your studio against simple background or everywhere else. So today is all about how to transform your basic photo into something very special and unique in Adobe Lightroom and in Adobe Photoshop. I will be sharing with you, by the way, my Creative Cloud library. I hope Adobe Live team will share it with you. You can use it in a way you like after my stream, after our stream. So
True,
guys,
true. I'm just hanging out. I'm just running the production. It's really your stream. It's all about you today. I'll help catch questions that you might have missed, but
yes.
Other than that, I'm just going to sit quietly by and let you work.
Okay.
So, Victoria, where can they find you? I think your Behance might have been the right one or wrong one.
Yes.
What's the best link to find you after the fact?
I'm on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Behance, of course. On Behance, I believe I'm Victoria White.
I will put some links in the chat while you're working, so that'll keep me busy.
I appreciate it.
All right. And if you have any questions for Victoria, like I said, that's my job today. I'm going to be focused right there on that chat, looking up questions. So while she works, I'll kind of field your questions to her. Without further ado, Victoria, let's take it away. I'm going to switch over to your computer.
Thank you. So I have opened Adobe Lightroom, and here in my collection I have a few different types of images. I have a few portraits I took in our studio, and I had images we took in Iceland. So we will start with this image. Let me switch to develop a module. So this is image of, you guys know her. Her name is Krista. She's our friend and our model. So I took this image, I believe, about 7 years ago when we just moved in Atlanta, and I still love this image. So today is more about artistic style of photography. So what we will do, first of all, I would like to add a few lights which were not available for me at that time. So I want to create something like she's on the stage with different light, gel light behind her and on her. So simple background, nothing else. One light was in front of you, main light, and what I will do now, I will click on add a mask, and here what I will do, I will specify that I would like to use right now linear gradient. I will click on it and I will specify side of it. So first of all, I would like to create a light directed on her face. And what I will do, it's very simple. I will just add a little bit of light. Guys, you can use any light you like. Everything is up to you. I'm just showing you example. So this is my one light.
So that kind of gives it like that concert feel, like she's
Yes,
performing on stage. I get it. I see where you're going with that.
exactly. Now I will add another mask and same linear gradient, but I will do from the left, my left, her right. And I will add another color just like that, just not too much. And by the way, you will see that under a mask 2, because I'm right now in mask 2 workspace, we have slider amount. I can increase amount of a light, amount of mask, or I can decrease it. It's up to you, it's up to me. So I will increase amount to about 137. What I will do now I would like to apply third mask, and for now I will do radial gradient mask. I will do just like this. I will rotate it. I will position on her face. I will rotate a little bit more. I will scale size down on the sides too, just like that. I just want it to be right. And now I will add third gel. Let's see which one. Just, no, not like this, something like that. I want more warm tones. No, it's not like, maybe, let's see. Yeah, just like that. But because I have this beautiful slider, I will bring amount down just like that. Now what I will do, I will come back to my basic workspace, and I will increase a little bit exposure. I will add a little bit contrast, highlights. I will bring highlights down. I will illuminate a little bit more shadows. So I'm moving shadow slider to the right, and I will bring black slider to minus 26 to add a little bit more drama. So, and the best way why I love working with mask in Adobe Lightroom, I'm so happy finally we have it. I can click at any mask at any time, and I can adjust my mask. Example, right now I want to just expand it just like that, and maybe I will just add different color. Just like that.
Now you mentioned something a few minutes ago. I never thought of doing it this way till I saw you do it, and that is, if you are a photographer and you're experimenting with gels over your light, a lot of times you won't know the colors you like until you're live in studio and you're spending time trying to get it just right. So if you took one of your photos and you started doing this technique, then you can actually get an idea for how you would actually gel the shot in camera, so how you get it just the way you want it. So I never thought about using this kind of like, until you said the word gel, I never thought about using this as a production tool as well as a post-production tool.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is one image, guys. As you can see, it's so easy. You don't have to stress. Example, if you just on some event, or you just decided to take a picture of someone and you don't have gel or you don't have any props, you can modify, you can adjust your image in a way you want after, without spending tons of time. So this is one of my examples. Now let's jump to Iceland, one of my favorite places. So I remember when we took this image, it was a very gray day. It was just nothing was in the sky, but it was very grass was very green. So it's if you will look at this image, you will see that green grass just screaming, look at me. But I want to add a little bit more drama to my sky. And what I will do, of course, I will use mask once again. So I will click on add mask, and here, guys, I will ask Lightroom to mask my sky. I will click on it, and just like that, with one click, Lightroom selected my sky, so I don't have to do anything else. What I will do, I will bring exposure down, just like that, because I want to see all those heavy clouds. And maybe I will add a little bit contrast, but what I will do, I will increase the haze just slightly. I will be not adding any color or colors, because this is how this place was at that day. But I will come back to basic workspace as always, and I will adjust. I will bring down exposure just slightly, guys, just pinch. I will increase contrast, bring down blacks, and add a little bit more dehaze. And will move my shadow slider slightly to the right, about plus 35, just like that. Look at this. I didn't spend a lot of time, and they wasn't so welcoming at that time, but I love this image for some reason, and I love all those clouds. This image is one of my favorite images I took in Iceland. So I took this image about 1 a.m. It was how the naming it in Iceland? It was summer night where
the sun never really goes down completely.
Yeah.
It's light all day, 24 hours during this period of time. So it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Like you open your window at midnight and it's just like sunshine.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I love that. I do not remember the name of this place, but I love this place. So what we will do, first of all, I will start with my sky once again. Select sky, just like that, and I will bring down exposure just slightly, just like that, and I will increase saturation just slightly, and I will add dehaze just like that. Now we see this a little cloud somewhere in the sky, and I will be back to my basic workspace. I'm using current version of Lightroom. I do not remember which one.
Lightroom Classic, so it's 12.2.
So what I can do now, I can move exposure slider just to brighten up a little bit bottom of this image. But in that case, Lightroom will apply global adjustment to my entire image. So what I will do, I will come back to my masking workspace. I will ask Lightroom to add, my pleasure, Anika. I will add linear gradient, and what I will do, I will create a gradient just a little bit over that building, and I will increase exposure. Look at this. I will add a little bit more contrast. I will bring down blacks just to add a little bit more drama. I'm very often, 99.9%, bringing my black slider slightly to the right, so to the left, I'm sorry, to minus value, because minus value gives kind of extra drama to my image.
Hey, Robert.
Hi, Robert. And I will add a little bit more clarity. Now I can be back to my basic panel. I will add a little bit more highlights, a little bit more clarity, and voila, this is my Iceland night. This was magical. It's beautiful. Now we will be back to something more interesting. I watched their stream. When he was streaming about camera setting, and he was explaining when he was in Iceland and horses were running and he didn't have the right setting. I remember that.
Bring up my embarrassment. Sure, go ahead.
Same was with me. So look at this. Look how happy this horse was.
He was happy that I wasn't taking the photo. That's pretty much it.
So we were driving and we saw those horses, and our friend said, we have just a few minutes, just go and shoot. And I didn't have the right camera setting as well, because I didn't expect that before we were shooting some landscape. So I came here and this horse was laughing all the time. Yes, midnight sun. Right, Robert, thank you. Exactly. And so it was just 5 minutes max, and incredibly cute horse, but we have all those fence things which I don't like. Nobody likes it. And now, before we had masking in Lightroom, I always I have few of those images I brought in Photoshop, and I was removing those lines in Photoshop. Now I can do everything in Photoshop, pretty much in Lightroom, pretty much everything. So what I will do, I will switch to eraser tool. I will click on it. I can adjust size of my eraser, just like that, moving size slider to the right to increase size, to the left to decrease the size. I will click at the beginning of this fence line, just like that. And I will click and hold Shift key, and I will click in here at the end. And now Lightroom will analyze it and look at this.
I gotta admit, as much as I've been using Lightroom Classic and Lightroom, I love the new eraser. I had no idea, because this is the way it works in Photoshop. If you're using a brush tool, you can click, hold down the Shift key and click, and it'll draw the line in between. I had no idea that worked in Lightroom until Victoria showed it.
And I love it. It's so easy. And now I will do same with the bottom line. Click, hold, click. Lightroom will analyze, and Lightroom will remove those annoying two lines. Now I will be back to my, of course, I have left this side, but you know. So I will bring down a little bit exposure, contrast. It's very rare when I bring my contrast in a negative value, but in this way it weighs better, because I have blurry horse, and if I will increase contrast, this blurry part of the horse will be screaming, oh, Victoria didn't have the right setting. So, and I will again move black slider, just like that. And this is our horse, which is very happy being with us
today. How about a little dehaze?
Okay, let's do it.
I tried to be quiet. I can't.
No.
There we go.
Oh,
there
yeah.
We go.
Look at this.
We'll just add a little pinch of dehaze in there, and you're good to go.
He's right.
I haven't found too many photos, especially from outside, that couldn't stand a pinch of dehaze.
And now in Lightroom, we can remove this pole and everything using same method, using eraser tool, which is magical. So what else we can do in Lightroom?
Well, wait. Go back to that one. Yep, go back to it.
Yeah.
So if you press your / which is next to return.
Yes.
Yep, press it. Oh. Might be too late. But anyway, you can see a before and after real quick.
Yeah, it's too late because I came back.
Yep, because you came back. So you can just toggle that key and see your before and after.
Yeah. Teamwork, Monica. Exactly.
No, it's not teamwork. I just can't be quiet.
Thank you, Doris.
But thanks, Monica, for putting that positive spin on it.
Appreciate it. Now we will talk about this horse. It was another trip. We actually went, again, we were passing by, and our friend wanted to surprise us, and he said, you know, we have my friend in here who has horses, and you can shoot horses. So take picture of horses. And so just like that. This horse was incredibly pretty and very kind and sweet. And I loved working with her, but as always, look at this sky. I love sky. I want always have my sky in focus as much as possible, without screaming, of course. So what I will do, again, I will ask Lightroom to mask out my sky. Lightroom did it perfectly. even didn't touch all those mountains, which I appreciate a lot. So what I will do, I will bring exposure down.
Wow.
Just like that.
That makes a big difference.
One exposure slider just down, and because Terry loves the haze, we will move
A pinch of
just
dehaze.
like that.
Just a pinch.
Just like that. It's 13 dehaze. And maybe we will add a little bit clarity. And now we will be back to our whole image, basic workspace, and we will decrease shadows, but we will increase blacks, just like that. And maybe a little bit exposure, just slightly, just like that, plus 0.10. Just like that. It's very easy. Yes, Annika, I love masking too. It's incredibly helpful tool. And now we can mask subjects, skies, background. It's helpful in any photography workflow. Portrait, stills, or nature, landscape.
Now, just a heads up too, like, because I'm looking at the colors you guys are seeing versus what's on her display. Your colors are definitely a bit more bright and saturated.
Yeah.
So like I can see the detail in her clouds, but on your screen it looks a little washed out. Just know the detail is there on the main screen.
Yeah, it's very detailed.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
It's very detailed. You can see, just like that. So this is about Lightroom. Now let's jump to Photoshop. This is Photoshop. I love Photoshop. I love Lightroom too, but Photoshop is very close to my heart. It's something I think it's second me.
Did you ride the horse?
No, I did not. I never actually did, and I want to try a small one. Start with small one. What is the name of small one? Pony?
Ponies.
Pony.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we didn't ride.
No.
Well, we got to do some bad photography with not having the right settings.
We didn't expect.
Yeah, it was like spur of the moment. Hey, let's look, like we didn't know where we were going, and just next thing we know, we're getting out of the car or van, and there's horses. And I'm like, oh crap! I don't know. I was shooting landscapes. Yeah, I'm not used to shooting action or things that are moving fast. So I was kicking myself. Let's say after we left the horse place because then you start thinking, oh yeah, you would shoot it like you would shoot sports and fast cars and anything else that's running or moving. And yeah, I was not pleased with my results.
Same here. Doris, I love Photoshop. It's second me Photoshop, but Lightroom is a very powerful application from editing perspective. Lightroom on the web, on desktop, or on a mobile. It's very powerful app. Just try, and you will fall in love.
Yeah, think of Lightroom as all the photo organization that Photoshop doesn't have plus Camera Raw.
Yeah.
So it's just combining it all in one application, all completely non-destructive, never gonna mess up your image. You can play and have a ball.
Yeah, I love both too. So now we are in Photoshop. I will show you library Adobe Lightroom, thank you, shared with you. You can use this library in a way you like. So this is my background, different type of backgrounds, different styles for portrait, for just for any occasion. Here we have overlays. We will use overlays today during my stream. We have patterns. We will be using patterns too, and we have glitter background. Look at this. So this is glitter background. You can use it, and I love glitter background using with in many workflows. Thank you, Annika. So
and Monica, they're like my children. If I couldn't give one up, I have to keep both Lightroom and Photoshop. It'd be like, which arm do you want to cut off, your left or your right? So I'd rather keep them both.
Yeah, They're different and they're very powerful, both of them. So we will start with demo library. Look, guys, I have 17 groups with all images I would like to show you today, but we will see how many we can go with today. I will start with my image 1. So what is it, image 1? So this is the final version, what we will doing, and this is what we will start with. And let's disconnect. So now if you will look at my layers panel, I have one layer. This layer is locked. What I will do, I will click once on a lock icon and Photoshop will unlock the layer for me. I will duplicate this layer. I don't have to duplicate this layer for my next step, but just in case, I duplicated it, and I will click on Object Selection Tool. Object Selection Tool is absolutely magical tool in Photoshop. Object Selection Tool made my life so much easier in Photoshop, and my post-processing much more enjoyable. So I hope you tried it and you love it as much as I do. So I have selected my Object Selection Tool, and what I will do, I will just create this rectangle. I don't have to do it because once I have selected the Object Selection Tool, in the options bar you can see this spinning icon. I enabled it so Photoshop will automatically detect object in my layer and will select it. Photoshop selected everything in a way I like, but Photoshop missed a few things. Again, to make my life easier, I will fix it right now. I still in the Object Selection Tool. In the options bar, I will click on Subtract from my selection. And I will ask Photoshop to subtract this part, and maybe this part, and this part, just like that. Guys, you know, you can do better job, but I have a lot of examples to show. So I have selected it, and now I will click on Select and Mask. It's my heart. Photoshop Heart, Select and Mask. So if I need to adjust anything, I will adjust right away. And by the way, we can switch our view mode. My favorite view mode is onion skin because I can see background layer and current layer I'm working on, my selection layer. But when I'm working with hair or something like that, I'm switching to black and white. And here I can preview anything in a perfect way. Because she has a beautiful hair, I will ask Select and Mask Workspace to help me to refine hair. So Photoshop Select and Mask Workspace does the job. And I will switch back to onion skin. I'm happy with everything. What I will do, I will bring my attention to output settings. Here, I will click on Decontaminate Colors. Always have trouble to pronounce it, sorry.
Decontaminate colors.
Yes. So I will check this box and I will specify output to new layer with a layer mask. And I will click OK. So you see that Photoshop did add a new layer with a layer mask. And now my original layer is hidden. I will delete it because I don't need this layer. Why I specify?
Turn off the bottom layer so they can see the transparency.
Yes.
That's what it did. So
yes.
It basically made a copy onto its own new layer with a mask.
Yes. Why I love output setting with a new layer with layer mask? Because if I will need to adjust my mask, I will double click on layer mask and I will be redirected back to Select and Mask Workspace when I can adjust my selection. Why I wasn't so much care about my perfect selection? Because it doesn't matter in our case. I want to preserve our original layer. first layer, but I want to have my main subject selected. So I isolated my main subject from her background, but I don't want to remove background. So now I have selected my bottom layer, our original layer. I will switch my libraries. Choose a library you have access to, Adobe Live Victoria White, and I will bring these overlays to my document, just like that. I can resize it in a way I need. I will reposition it just like that, and I will click OK to accept all changes. Now, I want to change blend mode. I want to blend those sun rays from our window with our background. So I will switch overlay to blend mode to overlay. Looks nice, but if you will zoom in, you will see that here I have space, just a line of my overlay. If example, you will have moved your overlay just in this way, no problems. In this way, what I'm working on right now, I have this issue. How I can fix this issue? I can apply layer mask and just mask it out, or right click, I will rasterize. Where is it?
No.
Rasterize my layer. I will switch to this beautiful magic eraser tool, and I will click here, and voila. Now what I will do, I will switch back to the move tool just in case. I will go to filter menu, blur, Gaussian blur. I will bring it in here, and I will just add a little bit blurry effect to our background, just like that. Also,
it's the little details that matter. So
absolutely,
you got to ask yourself, how sharp would those rays be if they were like on the background behind her? And they would be slightly blurred. And
absolutely.
It's just, those are the little details that separate your compositing from amateur to more advanced or professional.
Absolutely. And also I brought down opacity of my layer, just like that. Now, it looks nice, like we adjusted, we brought some art style to our basic image, but we can make it better. So I will merge all layers. I can merge it or flatten, or click on flatten image. Differences are only one difference. If you will click on merge visible, Photoshop will merge all your visible layers. If you will click on flatten image, Photoshop will ask you, do you want to delete your hidden layers? And Photoshop will delete your hidden layers, and Photoshop will merge all layers. Hidden or visible, doesn't matter. Flatten image option will bring down size of your file. So I will ask merge visible just in case, and just voila. Now I will go to camera raw filter and look at this image. So obviously light comes from her left side, because if you will look at original image, you will see that this side of her face is more highlighted. That's why I positioned it as light from the window on her left. Yeah, on her left, my right. This area, it's a little bit in shadow, but we can add more drama. What we will do, we will ask camera raw to add linear gradient, and we will add to this side just slightly, guys, don't overdo, and we will bring exposure down. And look at this. This is before and this is after.
It's the details.
Absolutely. And click OK. So look at this. Not boring. I could not say it's boring image. Great model, great hairstyle, great glove, and her outfit. Everything is just on point. But extra detail. Example, in our studio, we don't have sunlight from the window, but I love a visual effect of just this light. So I'm using this very often. Thank you, Steve. Now we will talk about our next example. Oh, you will love it. So let me open my image and I will close this one. Don't say. So this is another example. Great model, great image, great background. From technical perspective, everything just on point. And by the way, I'm using images in Photoshop. In my today's stream, I downloaded and licensed from Adobe stock. So I'm a photographer, but I'm using Adobe stock all the time, and I'm a contributor as well. So this is our image. We have only one layer as well. So I will unlock this layer. I will duplicate this layer just for people who will say, oh, Victoria, why you didn't duplicate this layer? So we eliminate this question. I will switch back to object selection tool and I will select my main subject. Photoshop did a great job, and I will switch to select and mask workspace where everything is perfectly selected. Decontaminate color, output to new layer with a layer mask, and I will click OK. Let's forget for a second about this image. The next step we will be applying to this image needs some preparation. Let's start working on it. I will create a new document. So you can use document in any size you like. So just like that. I have transparent background because it's important for our next step. If you have example, your document with any color in it, and you will create extra layer, transparent layer, you will need to hide your background before you will save it. So I'm working on transparent background, on transparent layer, empty layer, no information, nothing in it. And I will switch to ellipse tool, basic ellipse tool. You can use any shape you like. In my example, I will use ellipse tool, and I will specify fill to red or to yellow, I'm sorry, and I will create this simple ellipse. Just simple, just like that. I will position it in the middle. It don't have to be in the middle, but why not? Just like that, and I will click OK. Now what I will do, I will click on Edit menu, and from here I will click on Define Pattern. I will click on it, and I will rename my pattern to Adobe Live. Just like that, and I will click OK. Now if I will open my pattern panel, where is it? Patterns panel. Of course it's on another monitor. You can see that I have this pattern I just created with you. So keep it in mind, we have this pattern we just created. Let's be back to our main subject. Just like that, layers. You know what? I will move it to here. So now I will delete hidden layer. Adobe Select and Mask Space created for me. I don't need it. We have two layers, a background layer and top layer, just with our main subject. What I will do, example, I will create a new empty layer, just like that. I will switch to eyedropper tool, and I will pick color anywhere from my background. It's up to you. You even can use gradient tool. It's up to you. So what I will do, maybe I will use a gradient tool, you know. Let's switch to gradient tool. So this is my gradient tool. You can use any gradient. You can use default gradient. We have in Photoshop many absolutely amazing gradients. It's up to you. Or you can create your own gradient. So I'm using gradient like very close to her background. And I will fill my new layer with this gradient. Look, no changes. But what I will do, I will go to image. I will go to edit, fill. This is a very important step. In my fill workspace, in my fill panel, I will specify to pattern, and from custom pattern drop down menu, I will click on our yellow ellipse circle we just created with you, just like that. I will check script box, and I will specify to random fill. Also, I want to preserve transparency. You can change opacity, you can change blend mode, it's up to you. I will leave mode to normal, opacity to 100%, and I will click OK. Just like that. And Photoshop will redirect that to a random fill workspace. Where we
jelly beans.
It's not. It will be different.
It's jelly beans.
So again, guys, you can adjust it. You can adjust it in a way you like. This is my setting for particular this example. You can play with brightness, with colors, with everything. After you're happy with everything, click OK, and just like that. Example, if it's too much, you can bring it down, those ellipses, and we will do it. But now I will change blend mode. Let's do to overlay, filter, blur, motion blur. And we can apply motion blur to our layer, but we can do it in a different way. You can change angle of your blur effect to any way you like. It's up to you. And I will click OK. Now I will create a new layer. I will fill it with same gradient, and I will repeat my step. But before that, if you will look at my patterns panel, you will see that I have created same ellipse in different colors, and even I have a pattern with two different ellipses with a blue and red color. Now I will use this one. Oh, I'm sorry, I made mistake. Undo. So what I will do now, I will go to fill again. I will specify pattern. Okay. And what I will do, I will bring down size of my circles, and I will click OK. Look at this.
That's cool.
Thank you. And now I can change overlay, change blend mode to any blend mode I like. Maybe, not this. Lighten, I like lighten. And I will bring down just a little bit opacity. Look at this. And if you like, guys, you can add blur effect. Gaussian blur, just slightly, not too much. Just like that. And voila.
Very cool.
Thank you. And you can create your ellipses in different colors. You can use even texture. It's up to you. So I'm just giving you some ideas. Thank you, Monica. Thank you so much. Thank you, Annika. So next step, let's see what we have next. My library, image 2. Oh, this is very nice image. So this is again image I downloaded and licensed from Adobe stock. Very colorful image. Happy girl, happy time. She's enjoying her time in studio. And personally, I love yellow colors. I love these colors. It's happy color. But because I am digital artist, I love working with vector. Vector is it's something special. You can do anything with vector. Vector art is.
But we're photographers. We're afraid of vectors.
No.
And video.
No,
and anything else that's not, measured in apertures.
No. I will show you easiest way for photographers. So I have 2 layers. Same step, guys. Duplicate, select, nothing too special, and we don't care about our selection, how perfect selection is. What we care about just if we have huge gap, example, in her outfit, which Photoshop didn't select, over selected. So I will ask Photoshop, no, otherwise add this to selection, but I don't need this one in selection. So okay, we will change it in select and mask. So select and mask. Oh, see, no, we will do it in different way. So black and white. So what we will do, we will switch to brush tool, and we will bring back this detail just like that, and here. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. And decommentate colors, new layer with layer mask. We will delete this layer just in case. So what we have now? We have now 2 layers, background layer and our main subject, just like that. And if you will see that I have not perfectly selected my main subject, and I don't care about this because bottom will be not visible. I will be not adding any details to the bottom of my image. So everything will be from the top to the middle. So let's bring visibility of this layer back, and we will add a new layer. It's important. Now, please, guys, don't be scared. Don't. We will switch to curvature pen tool.
No.
It's easy.
No.
It's easy. So now we have selected our curvature pen tool, one of my favorite tools in Photoshop, vector tools. In the options bar, we will specify that, Photoshop, we want to create shape, not path, shape. And we will specify fill. We will specify fill to this, to this very nice cobalt color. And we don't need stroke in our shape. So what I will do, I will start with top left corner, double click. Wait. Why not double click? Something is wrong. I'm sorry, I was on content aware tracing tool. So I switch back to curvature pen tool, same shape, fill color, double click at the top corner, left corner, double tap at the bottom. Why? Because I want to create a straight line between 2 curvature points. To create a straight line between 2 curvature points, we need to double click, and that's it.
See, and there are too many pen tools. There you go. You got confused. Even you.
No, it's not. And now I will just create shape I want.
That's
just
cool.
Like that. Double click, double click, double click, So this is my shape. So if I will select background layer, you will see that it's nice. We have kind of double background, double seamless paper, but we can add extra details.
Okay, that wasn't hard. Go on.
No, it's not. So I have selected my shape layer, and I will click on add a layer style. And from here, I will click on drop shadow. Let's bring it down. So look at this. We have very nice effect already, 3D effect. But to make it more interesting, I will click on blend mode. I will switch to normal. I will click on color icon, and I will pick color from my yellow background. And here I will just bring color stop to few shades down, just like that. It's nice. I will click OK. I will click OK. Voila! We have 3D effect. We are not done.
Don't say we got to use the pen tool again.
Why?
Go ahead.
So what I will do, I will duplicate this layer. I will switch to my move tool, and holding shift key, I will bring it a little bit up, just like that. I will switch back to my curvature pen tool, and I will change color. And I will change color of the shadow. And same way, nothing too complicated. Just like that. Okay, we can do it one more time. Same way, it's easy. Just like that, switching back to curvature pen tool. Yes, it's easy.
Annika, I've had to learn the pen tool from the very beginning the hard way. Now you got all these cool tools. The curvature pen tool, the content aware pen tool, which is a technology preview. You got all these pen tools that make the pen tool easy. Back when I started it, you had to really learn how to make a curve versus a straight line,
and it's easy.
It wasn't.
It's very
fun.
intuitive.
It was not intuitive.
Very. Yeah, Annika, Terry loves it.
It is much easier now.
So look at these guys. Look, just you can add any effect you like. You don't have to spend, by the way, extra money on in this example, or 3 different papers, 4 actually different papers. You can have only 1 paper, or just take picture against any background. But in this way, it will be a little bit difficult to isolate main subject from the background, and everything depends of how many details your subject has. It could be nightmare, example, her hair and everything. So easier just like that.
Yes, I did a back in my day reference, and yes, we had to walk uphill to school both ways in the snow. So I'll continue.
So, and this is our very interesting kind of 3D dimensional background. And extra tip, you can add texture to your shape. If you like, you can add a gradient to your shape. Example like that. You can switch. Look at this. You can do whatever you like. And by the way, by default, we have in Photoshop so many absolutely amazing background. What is the name?
What? Gradient?
Gradient. Thank you. So I will expand Pink's library, default Photoshop library, and I will click on any gradient.
There are some beautiful default gradients now in Photoshop. Used to have to do, if you wanted a gradient to be whatever colors, you always had to make it manually. Now there are literally hundreds of already set for you in whatever color styles you want.
Exactly. And also, guys, you can adjust this gradient. You can adjust in a way you like. You can adjust any color stop on you, or you can add a color stop. It's up to you. And by the way, you can create gradient from the image in Photoshop and save it to your Creative Cloud library. So this is about this example. It's image 2. We done with image 1. 2. Now let's talk about image 3. This is very nice image. We will work with, we will create this beautiful example. So,
and that go back to the finished one. This you'll see a lot of this on social media where it's just the person with a white outline around them, and it's just, I look at that and I'm like, oh, that's so easy to do now. But go ahead.
Yeah, and you can, by the way, create sticker with out of it. Just remove background and it will be your sticker. You can print it out. So let's do it. Let's make it. Let's delete this. I don't need to save it. So again, same thing. I'm repeating myself. It's selection process, just like that. We will select it. And great selection, by the way. Wow. I will never stop being impressed how Photoshop now can select in one click. So we have same image, delete. So now what I will do, I have selected my top layer. We have two layers. We have our original image and we have our isolated subject, just like that. I will highlight my top layer, isolated subject. I will go to add a layer style and I will ask to stroke, apply stroke to my subject. So first of all, I will increase size, just like that. And I don't need transparent. I need color. I don't need gradient. So I will increase size, just like that. Just like that. So guys, you need to be careful not to lose details in your main subject. I'm currently located in layer style workspace. Here we have few styles we can apply multiple times without going away from layer style. So what I will do, I will ask Photoshop to add another stroke effect. And I will change color to yellow because we all know I love yellow color, just like that. And we will increase size, right? But in this case, guys, if you will see, we lost our red color. So what I will do, I will increase size of this stroke and I will move. Why I cannot move? Okay, we will do different way. This way will be yellow. It's my mistake, guys. This will be yellow and top will be red, just like that. But top stroke style we will bring down just a little. Not why it's not.
Keep going.
No, I wanna see. I know what is it. Okay, stroke, and I will increase stroke, just like that. Look, and we can change, by the way, to the white, just like that. Look at this. So you can play with size of your stroke, make it bigger or smaller. It's up to you. So look at
and that was a that was an update to Photoshop, probably about, I don't know, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, where they gave us the ability to add multiple layer styles of the same kind. Before, you only had one stroke or one drop shadow or one this or one that, one outer glow, one inner glow. Now you can have as, I don't know if as many as you want is fair, but you can have several of each one. And just by what she's doing here, making the white one bigger than the red one, it looks like you stroked it. You basically did. You stroked it twice. But it's really just the one on top's thinner than the one underneath it.
Yes, and my mistake was when I was in a layer style workspace, I didn't specify position. Position by default center, but I want outside, and now this is exactly as I wanted. Let me just a little bit make it bigger.
So yeah, if you wanted a third stroke, you just click the plus sign and add another one.
Yeah, just like that. Look at this. If you have transparent background, you can print it out. Many online businesses can print it out for you, and it will be your sticker or anything like that, or just effect. I love this effect. So this is, any questions, guys? I'm here. I can answer any of your questions.
Everybody's saying hi, Gareth. Hi, Gareth.
Hi, Gareth. So it was our image number 3. Let's talk about image number. Oh, yes. We will create this effect. It's very interesting effect.
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we will create. So let's open our original image. You can see it's just shot in a studio because we can see light comes from this side of the subject, and we have one layer. No surprise in here. We will isolate our main subject just like this. We will do it. We will go to select a mask, and we will ask select mask workspace, refine a hair, just in case, decommentate color, new layer with layer mask, delete hidden layer. So now we have, as always, 2 layers, one original layer, and on top is isolated background, isolated subject. What we will do, we will duplicate, not this, yes, we will duplicate our main subjects, subject we masked out, and we have now 2 of them. We will lock our top layer, our top subject, and we will highlight our duplicated subject. We will move to move tool, and we will bring it a little bit on the side, just like that. Now we will go to filter, and here stylize, I pronounce right?
Stylize.
Stylize. And from here we will go and click on a wind, just like that. Here in a wind workspace, we can specify side of the wind. We will specify from the left, because if we will specify from the right, it will be hidden behind our main subject.
Good point. Good catch.
Thank you.
Because you'd be like, you do it, and you're like, how come I can't see it? Because
Yeah.
it's the one behind it.
And now we can specify how strong our wind is. Wind, blast, or stagger. Stagger. We will do stagger because we want blast. We will do blast. Oh yes. And we will click OK and look at this. It's like, yeah, we can see something going on, but it's not exactly as we wanted. So what we will do filter, and we will click on wind, just like that, and multiple times without coming back to our wind panel, just like that. Nice. Now we go to filter, blur, motion blur. This is very important to specify that we want to work with motion blur. Now, next very important point, to specify angle of the wind. So she comes from back toward us. So obviously she will be just like that, minus 21, and we can increase it just like that. But we will do just slightly for now. It's distance 46, and we will click OK. Now we will duplicate same layer. We will lock our duplicated layer. Just do not apply any unwanted modifications. And we will select bottom of our subject. Same move tool. We will move it just like that. Filter, blur, motion blur, a little bit more, a little bit just like that. And now we will bring down opacity of this layer, and also we will bring opacity our second layer down, just like that. And look at this, and you can add as many moving subjects as you like. Don't overdo, because if it will be too busy, it's not effect we are looking for. So be careful with your adjustments.
Yeah, and if it's too much, you can also just lower the opacity some more.
Yeah, you can lower opacity. So on background, use your subject supposed to have maximum opacity. So minimum opacity, I mean. So it will be kind of blurry on a distance. Close to the camera, close to the viewer object, supposed to be more in a focus with opacity close between probably 70 and 90. Main subject, which is close to us, supposed to be 100% opacity. So this is kind of effect you can have just having taking picture on simple seamless background. So just like that. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Layer style, yes, Robert. Layer styles could be very powerful, but point is, and magic trick is, know when to stop, because I know on myself
that kind of works for everything in Photoshop. Know when to stop. Know when you've done too much.
Yeah, you need to know when you need to stop, just to make everything more presentable. And now you can see that if I will highlight my background, we have kind of this side of our main subject duplicated. What we will do, we will select them just like that. We can merge them, or we can do very simple thing. Switch to rectangle marquee tool, select it and delete it, and we can do just each style. You don't have to select every single time. Just like that. And voila. And if you want to apply more effect, you can add gel. So now I want to show you guys image post-product. Oh, this one, number 6. Let's do it. We will create this one out of this one. It's nice. I know on myself, on my own example, that I was shooting in a studio a lot of fitness people, but it's against a black background or any other background. And after that, people were asking me, can you add this and can you add that? And that time I developed this way of creating a very powerful image out of very simple image. So I will duplicate it. You don't have to do it. I will select my main subject just like that. Just like that. And I will say that I don't need to select here. So it's no need to be more perfect way. And yes, I need this. Okay.
That's weird. It must be just too dark.
It's too dark, but we will fix it. We will switch to select and mask workspace. We will.
Oh yeah, there's no detail there.
Yeah, no details. And black and white, and we will use just brush tool with subtract mode, and we will just do like something like that. But well, you got an idea. Decontentate color, new layer with layer mask, and okay, deleting this layer. Now we have 2 layers as always, before and after isolated one. I will select my background layer, I will create a new empty layer, and I will switch to ellipse tool with white color, just like that. I don't need stroke, or I don't need anything, yes, evil thing. And I will create this ellipse, just like that, bright white ellipse, nothing special about it, but we will make it special. First of all, we will go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, yes, rasterize or convert to smart object, yes, and we will just add a little bit blur effect to it, just like that. And believe or not, this is the biggest part in our post-production. In this example, what I will do, I will duplicate this layer just once, Using my move tool, I will align it, another one, and I will align it. So we will have 3 lights. I will highlight all my 3 lights layer. I will duplicate it. When I duplicated it, Photoshop still have highlighted my new layers. And I will move it down. Just like that. Perfect. Now, I need to merge it. Yeah, if I, example, will select all my layers and I will click on merge layers, Photoshop will merge all layers just like that.
Yep. All right, guys, we got less than 20 minutes left. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, Victoria will just keep working.
Yes. I will duplicate this layer and I will move it to other side, just like that. And again, guys, we can bring down opacity of it. It's up to you, it's up to me. Now, I will create a new empty layer. I will use for now rectangle tool with a white color and I will create this simple shape. After that, I will switch to transform path, distort, and I will create just something like that. Stay with me, guys. It's very simple, just example like that, and I will click OK. Yes, what I will do, I will bring opacity of this layer down just like that. I will apply a layer mask. I will switch to a gradient tool. In the options bar, I specify basic from a black to transparent, and I will just erase part from the bottom. After that, I will go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and just like that. Sorry, I need to do this one. So don't click on layer mask, click on layer icon, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, convert to smart object, and just do this just by maximum and bring down opacity just like that. And you can adjust it in a way you like. You can rotate it, you can do what, yes, I know, you can rotate it in a way you like, just like that. Okay, now I will duplicate this layer and I will move it to another side. If I want my light will be spreading outside, not inside, I need to flip it. While this layer is still highlighted, I will go to transform, flip horizontal, and just like that, and I will move it just like that, and I can duplicate it like this. Yes, I know Photoshop, thank you. I will move it just like that and I will click OK. And same with another side, other side, just like that. Flip, 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 flip. Yes, I know Photoshop, I know. See?
Don't tell it. Don't show me again.
Yeah, I know. Just like that. Look at this.
That's
now,
cool.
Thank you. Now we have some little imperfection. Our main subject, it's too bright. If lights behind our main subject, we will see main subject outline more highlighted than his front, unless we have main light in front of the subject as well. But we will make it more interesting. So now I will highlight my top layer, my main subject, isolated subject. Remember, guys? And I will go to adjustments and I will click on let's do exposure. So I did add exposure adjustment layer, but I would like to apply adjustment only to my main subject, not to the entire document. So at the bottom of adjustments properties panel, we have this layer clipping mask. I will click on it and now I will apply adjustment only to my main subject, just like that example. And I can add another adjustment. I can add a little bit curves, just like that. Just like that. And if you want to bring your main subject face in focus, and you should, we will merge all visible layers. We will go to camera raw. When I'm going down, camera raw, just like that. We will use a radial gradient, just slightly, not too much. Just like that.
I love this technique.
Thank you. Exposure, just slightly, just like that. Feather, a little bit more, and voila.
It literally just gives you a spotlight on any part of your subject you want.
And this, guys, is our image. Like we shot, we took picture of this man, athlete in on a, I don't know, some field or something like that. And you can add more layers of artistic effect, more lights. And if you want to have completely bright lights, you can do it as well. So select a duplicate layer, go to filter, go to render, go to lens flare, just like that. And you can add lens flare to each light. We will switch to 105mm prime, just like that. You can increase or decrease brightness. Click OK, just like that. And
yeah, that makes it look real.
Yeah, and you can add same effect to each light. In that case, you will have bright effect background on behind your main subject, but don't forget to do it on background. So I merged my layers. It was my mistake. Before I will merge my layers, I will add a lens flare to my light. So look, guys, how interesting is it? Again, we don't need to drive anywhere. We don't need to reshoot. It just everything is under our fingerprints because we have Lightroom and Photoshop. Yes, Annika, thank you. Huge different small details. Yes. Now.
And if you were going to do the lens flare, maybe you don't do all of them, because in real life, if you're taking a shot with lights behind you, they wouldn't all be the same glow.
It's up to you. Use your imagination or just Google it and you will see some examples. So it was image 9.
About 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Okay, we will do 7 minutes. We will do 7 minutes. We will do 7. Okay, let's do this. This is our original image. Nothing to show you new with selection. We will select it because we need is a late. Oh, sorry. So what I need to do, I want to select only her dress. Yes, only her dress, and I will let Photoshop know that I don't need her fingers in my selection, just like that. Now her dress is selected. Select and mask, yes, see, and here I can fix it. I can fix it just like that. Decommendate colors, new layer with layer mask, and just like that. What I will do, I will switch to the library which you have, guys, and here we have patterns. By the way, you can use glitter as well. So we have patterns. She has simple color with dress in one color only. Very beautiful summery dress, but we would like to add a little bit more details. So what we will do, we have this pattern. We will click on it, and Photoshop did add this pattern. If you will look at your layers panel, you will see that Photoshop did add in your pattern as a separate layer with a layer mask. If you would like to adjust your pattern, you can do it as well. Double click on a layer icon, not layer mask icon, on a layer icon, And Photoshop will open for you pattern fill workspace. Here you can scale down size of your pattern. You know, I love doing this just like that, manually, or maybe nine. So look at this, how beautiful this pattern is right now. It's different. And now I will move my mouse between two layers, between her dress and this pattern. I will click and hold Option Alt key, and I will click between those two layers. And look at this. Photoshop applied our pattern layer as a clipping mask to our selection. And what I will do, I will change blend mode to any blend mode I like. Liner burn. Perfect.
Linear burn.
Yes, linear burn. And I will bring down opacity. And look at this. Guys, look.
It's the blend mode that makes it look real, like it was on the cloth. Otherwise,
yes.
It would just look flat.
And to add extra touches to it, example, you can click on Add Layer Style, blending option. Click and hold Option key. Click on this icon to separate it, and you can just play with it. Just make it more realistically looking, just like that. Extra details. Look at this, and click OK. And look at her dress. Of course, guys, if you
it's hard to see it on their screens, but
let me bring visibility opacity. Do you see it?
Yeah, it's better.
Better. You know what? I can duplicate it so you can see better.
There we go.
So
that
see?
Should do it. Yeah.
See? So of course, if we're working in real time and we're working on our client project or just some important project, we need to work on our masking better. So just spend a few seconds more to create perfect selection. We have 3 minutes left.
What can you do in 3 minutes? Or what questions? Any questions?
Any questions, guys? Okay. Demo 3. This one. Okay, select just like that. Select and mask. Yeah. Just like that. Background selected. Libraries. You have this library. Bring this in here. Just like that.
I like this one.
And change blend mode to any blend mode you like. Just like that. Example, again, rasterize a layer. Remove it just like that and bring down opacity.
Maybe add a little blur.
Yeah. Filter. Blur.
Pinch of blur.
Yes. Just a little bit blur. And by the way, you can add a color to it. So you can add any color you like. Just like that. See? You can play with it in a way you like. Voila. 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute to spare.
Okay. We will do it.
You don't have to fill the 1 minute. Just saying, you got 1 minute to spare.
Okay.
Don't get cut off.
Okay, guys. I have a lot of more to show you.
So tell us about. So we shared your link. People can go follow you on Behance and follow you on Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you, guys.
And your Patreon and your Etsy and your new company. I paint your fur babies. You want to tell them about that real quick?
Yes, I have a new website where new actually company I just opened. It's I paint your fur's babies. So I paint your fur's babies because we have 2 dogs and I love our dogs.
Is that site live yet?
Yes, it's live.
What is it?
I paint your fur babies. This is website. So guys, just check it out. My work. Yes.
There you go. So try that, or put the real link in if you can, Annika. But ipaintyourfurbabies.com if you want a custom painting of your pet.
Yeah, because I love pet. We have two dogs. We have new one. His name is Pixel, and he is just a fire.
Pixel is full of energy.
Well, he's 1 year old.
All right, folks, that is it from us. Thank you, Victoria, for an action-packed,
Thank you.
quickly moving stream where we didn't spend too much time on any one image. It was great, and we'll hopefully we'll have you back for more.
I hope to.
Cheers, everybody! Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next
guys.
one. Bye.
Bye bye.